Drives it into right center field. Hit it, Todd. This baby is way back. Out of here.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel, and today we're talking about the possibility, and now they're saying it's actually likely, that the season will start with empty stadiums, which is weird because I thought that I was under the impression that the only way they were going to start the season is if everything was in the clear. The experts said there was no problems, there was no ban on public gatherings, everything pretty much had to be ready to go. So now, I don't know what this is talking about, but we're going to check it out. New York Post article says MLB season likely to start without fans in quest for most games. Two items are becoming more and more probable if there is going to be a major league season this year. It is going to begin without crowds. It is going to begin without a standard minor league feeder system. They did say in that agreement that they were going to do whatever they could to play as many games as possible. But like I said, they also said there would be no ban on public gatherings, that the experts would say there is no real safety risk here. They said that there were those conditions. So with those conditions in place, how do you start playing baseball with empty stadiums? That tells me, well, obviously there is a risk. Obviously there must be some kind of ban on public gatherings. I mean, I just don't see how the two are going hand in hand here. Why there should be empty stadiums. Not that I'm complaining if baseball can come sooner with empty stadiums. I mean, I have to think about it. I guess it's okay. I want to see some baseball. It's going to be really weird, and I'll talk about that. But I'm just not understanding. This seems like a clash of information, if I'm not mistaken. Either you're going to wait until everything's in the clear, or you're going to hurry up and get as many games in as possible and start with empty stadiums. The article says central to the agreement that was reached last week between the MLB and the Players Association was a good faith understanding that there will be best efforts to play as many games as possible. Teams derive revenue from games and players earn salaries, so both pledged commitment to a regular season as stocked with as many games as possible. Okay, and it's just logical at this point, as one team executive said, by a matter of weeks we will be able to play games without crowds before we can play games with them. And another official said, I think it's the only way we play, at least initially, is without fans. Yet later the article says, like I was saying, the agreement states that games will not resume until there is no federal, city, or local restrictions on mass gatherings, and until the commissioner determines via consultation with medical experts that no unreasonable health and safety risk to players, staff, or spectators persists. So which one is it? I don't get it. It seems like they're opposing there. To me, it seems like that's completely opposing. If you're waiting until everything is back to normal and ready to rock and roll, I don't even think you're going to have baseball this year. So they put those standards in place saying, hey, we're going to wait until the experts say it's all good. Well, which experts? Your experts. We're going to wait until there's no bans on mass gatherings. Well, that's a pretty concrete statement. If there are any bans, then you can't play according to your own agreement. They might play anyway. Now they're acting like they're going to play to empty stadiums. So I'm just getting conflicting information. I'm not sure what to expect. But that being said, they are talking about getting as many games in as possible. We might see some double headers. We might see less off days. Not that they have very many off days to begin with, so it's going to be kind of tough because they don't have very many off days as it is. But there could be even less off days, double headers, all kind of stuff. And obviously the season running later, deeper into October and possibly November. Playoffs extending into December could be absolutely insane. You know, playing at neutral sites with, domes and things like that, trying to find places they can play because of the weather. So insane stuff could be going on if and when this season takes place. What I just don't understand is, are you waiting till everything is good to go? Or are you trying to play as soon as possible, even if it means empty stadiums? I don't know. Empty stadium sounds like, okay, we got baseball, but I could see that just being really, at first it's kind of a weird, remember the Orioles played the White Sox in an empty stadium. It was just weird. It was kind of an interesting experience. But day after day, night after night, watching that's going to be like, this is just dead baseball, man. I mean, no audience, no sound, no cheering for the home runs, no nothing.
Even home runs at home, feel like a road home run because it's just, you can hear a pin drop. It's like, okay.
But another interesting part of this article talks about the minor leagues. There are 162 minor league teams from low A to triple A. Think about how many jurisdictions spread across the country will have to give their blessing for games to resume in those locales. And those clubs derive a great deal of their revenue from crowds, and when will mass gatherings be allowed in those places? Without uniformity of when a minor league season can resume, MLB would probably have to bring at least its upper-level minor leaguers back to a spring training site or another place deemed safe to stay sharp in some form when the major league team needs supplementing. And Major League Baseball has already announced it'll pay its minor leaguers $400 a week up until at least May 31st. So that is appreciated. A lot of people are complaining that it's still not that much money. Actually, it's okay from what compared to what they get paid before. It's actually pretty close, and now they're able to do what they have to do to make money on the side as well, I believe. So $400 a week, it's not that much, but it's okay. It's better than nothing. I mean, at least they're paying their minor leaguers, allowing them to survive, take care of their families and whatnot. So that is appreciated. But as part of that agreement to pay them that $400 a week, Major League Baseball has said, hey, we cannot supply those teams, those minor league teams, with our players now. Remember, minor league teams are usually teams that are just owned locally, ran locally, and they get their players from the Major League Baseball teams. That's a cool agreement. They come up with their names. They pretty much take care of most of the expenditures. Yes, the Major League teams pay the players and take care of the equipment, but the minor league teams, they run their own little business there, and it's a really nice agreement, and it brings baseball around the country with, you know, baseball players that were drafted by big league teams and players that will play in the big leagues someday and have played in the big leagues. So it's a really cool thing. But right now it's completely suspended right now. There's not going to be any of that as long as they're getting paid that $400 a week, which is good. But as long as they're getting paid that $400 a week, there is not going to be any minor league baseball at all. And based on all the revenue that's being lost and everything like that, Major League Baseball just needs to survive this season. They're trying to get in a season of their own. And at this point, I am thinking there's not going to be a minor league season, which is probably going to have to be a video in and of itself because that's such a big deal. Absolutely insane. What do you guys think? What's going to happen here? Is there going to be empty stadiums? Because my understanding was they weren't going to need to play in empty stadiums. I mean, maybe, but if everything is in the clear and all the professionals say, no, you're good to go and there's no bans on mass gatherings, I don't understand why you would have to have empty stadiums. So, you know, that just kind of threw me off. Like, I thought you already said you were waiting until everything's in the clear. But, you know, maybe they jumped the gun on that. Maybe we're going to see empty stadiums anyway. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. They'll probably figure something out, but minor league season is really in jeopardy right now. I'm probably going to make another video on that, so look for that later today. You guys have a fantastic day. Let me know what you think about this situation. Are we going to have games in empty stadiums or not? What's going to happen with baseball, Major League Baseball this year, and minor league baseball? We'll talk about that in more detail in the next video. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you next time. See ya! When the Giants come to town, it's bye bye baby. Every time the chips are down.